All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle something that's, well, absolutely crucial for anyone moving to the United States. And that's how to build your credit score from, a complete blank slate.
So you might show up with a really solid bank account, right? Maybe a perfect financial track record back home. But here's the crazy part. In the US credit system, if you don't have a US history, none of that really matters. You're basically what they call credit invisible.
And let me tell you, being invisible like this, it can feel like hitting a giant brick wall. You're trying to do basic stuff, rent an apartment, get a new phone, maybe finance a car, and you just can't. But here's the good news. It's not actually a wall. It's more like a path that's a little hidden at first, but there is a clear way forward. So we've laid this all out for you as a roadmap. First, we'll talk about this credit invisibility challenge. Then we'll decode what a credit score even is. After that, we'll get into the good stuff, your toolkit for building credit. We'll also cover some common traps to avoid, and finally, wrap it up with how to master this for the long haul. All right, let's jump right in. Section 1. We really need to get a handle on the stakes here. Why your credit score is pretty much your financial passport in the US. It's that important. Okay, so here's the bottom line. This little 3-digit number, usually somewhere between 300 and 850, is basically the first thing everyone looks at. I'm talking lenders, landlords, insurance companies, even the utility company. It's their super quick way of deciding, can we trust this person financially? A good score, it opens all the doors. No score, well, a lot of those doors can stay shut.
Okay, so now we know why it's so important. The next logical step is to figure out how the heck this score is even calculated, right? You gotta know the rules of the game before you can start winning.
So you're gonna hear about a couple of different scoring models. The big one, the one you really need to know, is the FICO score. 90% of top lenders use it. The only catch is it takes about 6 months of history before you can even get one. That's where the VantageScore comes in handy. It's another model that can often pop up a score for you way sooner, which is great for tracking your early progress. And this right here is the secret recipe. Just look at this breakdown. See that giant purple slice, 35%? That's your payment history. It is without a doubt the single most important thing. Just pay your bills on time. It's non-negotiable. And that next huge piece at 30%, that's amounts owed. We'll dig into that more, but basically it means don't go maxing out your credit cards. It's a huge signal to lenders. All right, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. This is probably the most important section, the actual practical tools you can use to start building your credit, like right now. This is your action plan. First step, we have what's probably the most common starting point for anyone with zero credit history. It's called a secured credit card, and it's designed to be a really accessible first step on the ladder. So here's the deal with these. It's pretty simple, actually. You give the bank a security deposit, let's say $300, and boom, that $300 becomes your credit limit. Then you just use the card for small things like gas or groceries. But, and this is super important, you have to pay the balance off in full every single month. When you do that, the bank reports your good behavior and you start building that positive history. Okay, tool number 2 is a little different. It's a product designed specifically for this situation. It's called a credit builder loan, and it kind of flips the whole idea of a loan completely upside down. Check this out. Instead of the bank giving you money, they put the loan amount into a locked savings account that you can't touch. Then, for the next 6 to 24 months, you make these small, fixed monthly payments to them. And every single one of those on-time payments gets reported to the credit bureaus. Once you've paid it all off, guess what? They unlock the account and give you all the money. So you're basically proving you can pay back a loan before you even get the money. It's pretty clever. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, I have a great credit history back home. Doesn't that count for anything? Well, for the longest time, the answer was just no. It was completely useless in the US.
But that's starting to change thanks to some really smart new companies. And what's so cool about this is how it works. A service like Nova Credit, for example, it doesn't just magically transfer your old score over. It's way smarter than that. It acts like a data translator. It plugs into the credit bureaus in countries like India or Nigeria or Canada, pulls your history, and then translates it into a report that US lenders like American Express can actually understand. It's a massive shortcut if you're eligible. Okay, so now you've got the tools. You're ready to start building. But hold on, because knowing what to do is only half the battle. It's just as important to know what not to do. The common traps that can completely wreck all your hard work. First up, predatory lending. Look, when you don't have a credit history, some lenders see you as an easy target. So you've got to be super careful of any offer that screams fast approval or guaranteed. Those almost always come with insane fees and interest rates. Just remember the old saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. Next trap, over borrowing. Hey, remember that pie chart we looked at? That big amounts owed slice? This is what that's all about. It's called your credit utilization. Basically, it's the percentage of your credit limit you're using. The golden rule is to keep that number low, ideally under 30%. It tells lenders you're not desperate for cash and you can manage your money responsibly. And here's one I'm going to repeat because it is that critical. Missing a payment. Remember, it's 35% of your score. Just one single payment that's over 30 days late can tank your score and haunt you on your report for years. Seriously. The absolute easiest way to avoid this nightmare? Just set up autopay, even for the minimum amount. Consistency is king. Okay, so you've got the tools and you know the traps. Let's wrap this all up by talking about the most important thing of all, the mindset. The long-term habits you need to build a really strong financial future here. And this quote really says it all. Building a strong credit score is a marathon, not a sprint. If you take one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be this. There are no magic tricks. There are no shortcuts. A great score is just the result of doing the right things consistently over time. This means you have to stay on top of it. You can and you should get your free credit reports every year. The official site is annualcreditreport.com. Go there, pull your reports, and read them. Look for mistakes, check for fraud, and just see how you're doing. Oh, and here's a pro tip. Once you start opening credit cards, don't close your oldest one. That length of credit history part of your score gets a boost from having old, well-managed accounts. So just think of it like this. Every single time you pay a bill on time, that's a block. Every time you keep your credit card balance low, that's another block. And over time, you use all these little blocks to build a really strong, really stable financial foundation for your new life here. The point is, you're not credit invisible anymore. Not really. Because now you have the roadmap. You have the tools. You know how to turn that blank slate into a seriously powerful tool for hitting all your goals here in the US. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?